In a lot of ways, Isleron the Rending draws from every high and low fantasy work that I've sort of immersed myself in, ever since I was a kid, really. This game is really my letter to the genre as a whole, and it's rooted in the respect I have for the potential it has just to take you to another place and show you something amazing. These past 4 years, luckily I've been able to work solely in games, the medium that I love most. They've run the gamut of genres, and this is sort of my first big fantasy work, and I'm really excited to get started on it. The central plot for the Rending follows a group of pretty broken people living in the shadows of their old choices, and the theme that sort of belies that entire plot line is the nature of faith. What do you believe in when there's no way to know if something is one way or another? Doing justice to the characters, because they've been so long in my head that it really takes a lot of time just to make sure that they come across correctly to the player in a game. The second big challenge is just the sheer volume of writing that we need in terms of dialogue and lore, making sure that every single NPC in Isleron is someone interesting and someone unique. By far, my favorite parts are the relationships between the 6 key characters. There's so much history there to dip into with the way that they carry themselves in scenes together and the things they say to each other. It's just a delight for me as a writer, both to see it come to life, but also just to write it. The friendship we establish in the very first scene of the game definitely forms the emotional core of the Rending. The protagonist is someone who doesn't really get along with people. He's very much a lonely soul. And for him to find someone with whom he shares kinship and then lose that person, that becomes something that we touch upon throughout the game. I think at the end of the day, if players come away from this game with a sense that good story's been told, some great characters and great moments, and that the world that they've explored feels real and it's a place that they want to come back to, I think that would be a great success for us. And me personally, as a writer, I couldn't ask for anything more. The boss battles would be a prime example of that. We took what was initially a malleable and intuitive combat system and sort of structured it around a new way of gaining powers in the game. And suddenly what was just sort of this gameplay aspect suddenly gained narrative meaning as well. And it was a key turning point in the development where gameplay and story really worked well and meshed together. The world that we see in the Rending is really just one small part of Isleron as a whole. There's more characters to see, more places to go to and explore. And I think beyond this game, our goal will really just be to share all that with everyone. As far as stories go, it's often said that everything's been done before. But I think the key to making any sort of work feel fresh and new is to put as much of yourself into it as you can. Isleron the Rending is an intensely personal project for all of us on the team, and our hope in working so hard at this is to give players something familiar, but more than that, it's also to take them to some new places as well.